The new all-electric Hummer has been put through its paces by Yahoo Finance's resident auto experts, Rick Newman and Pras Subramanian. Both are here with us now to share their impressions. Pras, I'll go to you first here. Does this thing impress you? It better impress you because, well over $100,000, right?
Yeah, yes, for sure. It was the first edition model, well over $100,000. You know, when I was originally kind of scared to pick this thing up because it's supposedly so huge, and you got to drive from the city. I meet up with Rick that day, but I mean, the thing drives pretty well, very smooth.
Look at these guys.
I mean,
it's such a good buddy, Phil.
Basically the size of a full-size pickup, but it actually all electric power, right? 1,000 horsepower, 3 motors. Drives really smooth, easy to drive. I think that was fine, Rick. I loved it. I mean, look, for $100,000, you better get what you're paying for. And I think that there's nothing else like it on the road right now, from my point of view.
What scares me is driving with Pras.
Where's your pumpkin spice latte?
Luckily, I'm in the driver's seat there, but
I
I don't look quite as calm when Pras is driving. But so I mean, you know, when an automaker says we're going to price this, you know, sky's the limit. Basically, they let the engineers go to town, which I think is cool. So, I mean, I would never in a million years pay $100,000 for this. But I love that General Motors is building it because the engineers get to tuck all these things in there that they've been dreaming about for years, like the crab walk feature. Pras can tell you more about the details of that. But, I mean, let's just go back to what the Hummer is. So General Motors started making the Hummer, they licensed the name from AM General when Arnold Schwarzenegger bought an original military Hummer. So then they sold the Hummer H1. What most people saw as a Hummer was the Hummer H2, which was this gigantic beast built on a GM pickup truck frame. And if you were lucky if you got 10 miles to the gallon on that. So right. When gas hit $4 a gallon in 2008, and then GM declared bankruptcy in 2009, that was the end of the Hummer. And they actually tried to sell the brand to a Chinese company in bankruptcy, and that deal fell through. So it's almost by luck that GM even still has this brand. And I love the fact that they're bringing it back as an all-electric. Because
was it moving sideways in one of those?
That was the crab walk. That was a crab walk. So, it can turn the tires all one direction and go like this, and go like this, and go like this. It's
now, why would you want to do that?
Because you could.
So you don't have to get the keys from
It
somebody else.
has something to do with off-road driving that no one's ever going to do.
I actually was sneaking into a parallel spot, and I put in crab mode, and it just went whoop.
But guys.
Okay, so
Sorry, go ahead, Brad.
Well, I was just going to briefly ask here because, I mean, it was great to see you guys in the shot of reporters in cars getting coffee, but at the end of the day, it still does come down to how far is this thing going to go? What is the charge versus the previous Hummers that were gas guzzlers?
So this car can get 340 miles per charge. It's got a massive battery. This thing weighs almost 10,000 pounds. I just want to quickly say that, you know, Brad, yeah, it is pretty capable. I mean, you're paying a big price, not very efficient from a watts per mile point of view. But I got to say, one point I'll make is that this is basically what the Cybertruck should have been, and GM has made it, right?
Yeah.
This thing is big, badass, and it's like super capable.
Okay, so who's buying this thing? That's my question. Because the market for the original Hummer was you would buy one of these things because you wanted to be super obnoxious. It was it was sort of implicit in buying these. You were going to be the jerk on the road with this thing, burning lots of gas, big hulking machine. So
that's the New Yorker view of the Hummer. There's also a Texas view of the Hummer, which is kind of the opposite. But the H2.
But you're modest and you want to meekly go along the road. No.
Love-hate car designs always succeed. Because when people hate it, that makes the people who love it even more. But this is why this is a smart move for GM. Now you can buy this beast, and it's environmental because it's electric. It's probably not that environmental because, I mean, you're still sucking. You're still burning fossil fuels to generate the electricity that goes into the car, but it's not getting 10 miles to the gallon anymore.
Yeah, I mean, it's like it's I don't want to say virtue signaling, but
it totally is.
But it's
But you'll say that. That's what Rick will say.
I can be badass, and I can still be, you know, sort of my carbon footprint is neutralized. You know what I mean?
So. All right. Well, we'll see. We'll see.
They're going to sell every one of these they make.
Okay.
There are plenty of rich bros who want this in their driveway right now.